Welcome back. This is Charles Rudibaugh with MLM Scam Controversy Uncovered, number 8. And one thing I just want to say real quick, most people don't understand how heavily regulated our industry is. You know, with so many scams out there, with so many pyramid schemes and chain mail things and internet fraud and, get into this and send your money to this other country and, there's so many things out there, right? So the government really heavily regulates this industry and shuts companies down all the time for all kinds of different reasons. And one of the main reasons is income claims. What most people don't understand is it's actually illegal for any company, for anyone in any network marketing, direct sales, multi-level marketing company to tell you how much money they're making. It's illegal for them to make income claims. And so if I tell you how much money I'm making, well, let's sit down, I'll show you my paychecks, you show me your paychecks. That's illegal. And for me to show you my paychecks is illegal. For me to tell you how much money I'm making, it's illegal. Why? Because it's an income claim, and the purpose of me making that claim to you is that you infer that you'll make that same amount of money, which is obviously not true. You could make way more money, or you could make way less money. You could be way more successful, way faster. You could be way less successful in way more amount of time, right? It's all based on what you put into it. And so, it's just it's interesting because new people are typically the ones that fall into this category of making income claims. And, you're brand new and you're like, well, your friend's like, well, how much money have you made yet? And you're like, oh, I'm only 2 weeks. I'm making $1 million a month, right? Obviously, that's not true, and your friend should be wary of that because you have low integrity. And that's really the main thing, I think, why our industry has a black eye. There's so many people out there that have no integrity. They're not honest. They get in. They want to try to get their friends in, so they make claims of how much money they're making. But you've been in 2 weeks. You probably haven't made much money yet, right? And so maybe you've made your first paycheck, $50, $100, couple $100, or whatever it is. And so it's real. You've made a paycheck, but you're brand new. You're like, hey, look, I'm brand new. I made my first paycheck, so I know it's real, but I haven't made that much money yet. I'm brand new. I've only been doing it 2 weeks, right? At your job, you don't even take home money, make a check for your first couple weeks, right? You work, and then you get your first check. So it's just interesting how this business is because a lot of people make claims. And what we say in the business, in our company, and I think industry-wide, successful network marketers tend to do it like this, is we say, tell other people's stories until you can tell your own. And then tell your own story until other people are telling your story. And that's when you've made it. And so, you don't need to lie, you don't need to make outrageous claims, but if you're brand new and you've been in for 3 weeks, you're like, hey, I made my first paycheck, I got my quick start, fast start bonus, but man, I'm working with this guy. Man, you got to meet this guy. He's making crazy money. He's been doing it for a long time. She knows all the information. She knows all the details. I'm working with her. She's training me. You have no idea the caliber of success this late, right? So you're telling this the story of this other person. They've been doing it for this long. They've got this huge team. They got a team all over the country. You tell their story. Because you're brand new, you don't have a story yet. All your story is, hey, I've been in for 3 weeks and I made my first paycheck. And so that's a good story. You have to create your story. And so other people, okay, well, he's brand new and he's made a paycheck, so that's good. We know it's real. But, I'd be real wary of a company where one of your friends approaches you and says, oh, I'm doing a couple weeks. I've already made $10,000. Like, that's just not realistic. And so you want to tell other people's stories until you've made your story. You're like, hey, look, I've been doing this thing for, like for me, I can tell you, in my first 15 months, reached a position where I was able to earn 6-figure income. And, I can tell you that in 2008 was my first year making a 6-figure income. And so I can tell my story, but I can't show you my paychecks. I can't tell you how much money I'm making. You can't do that. And then you start building your team. You're having success. Then your team is starting to tell your story. And if you've been building this with integrity and teaching your team the proper techniques, protocols, how to build value, right, how to edify and talk about success of the people they're working with, then there's not going to be any shady stuff going on. Companies don't get shut down. I think the reality is in network marketing, there's the same percentage of companies that don't have integrity as there is in traditional business. Maybe there's more businesses in traditional business that have no integrity, right? We need to hear about companies getting shut down and doing all kinds of stuff, and stock market, right, scams and all kinds of stuff, companies going down for, you know, for illegal trading and all kinds of stuff, Enron, stuff like that, right? And so, hey, look, network marketing is not perfect. It's just better. And so you just want to make sure you're in a company that has integrity, and the people in the front of the room aren't making outrageous claims, and they're careful with their words, and they only speak truth. And, you know, you want to be wary of a company that is saying, hey, you know, let me show you my paychecks, and, you know, we'll see who's making what. Like, that's just low grade, low integrity. And, you know, like the company I work with, we have 3 former attorneys general, states attorneys general, on our legal staff, at the same equivalent of someone in Canada and in Australia, you know, making sure we follow all of the laws. And good network marketing companies will do that, because attorneys general are the ones shutting companies down for being, you know, illegal, doing illegal things, not following consumer compliance protection laws, stuff like that. So, you know, you want to be in a company that takes care of everything, that is doing things the right way, where the people at the top are saying, hey, don't make income claims, just tell your story, be humble. You know, making $100,000, I mean, I know dozens of people, good friends of mine, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, but that's not really believable to people anyway. You know, all my friends making $100,000 a month. Well, that's not believable to people. But you talk about making an extra $1,000 a month, making an extra couple grand a month, you know, part-time, starts to relieve some of your financial stresses. Those types of things are what average people can relate to, and that's what you're trying to build, is a business that relates and attracts the masses. If you want to dine with the classes, market to the masses. Thanks, and we'll see you guys real soon. Bye-bye.